Hi guys, welcome to this session on Microsoft Access. In this module I want to show you how to do a parameter query, and I'm working on the workforce database that I've been doing for the last few sessions. So let's just recap what we've got in this database. We've got three tables: a table hours worked, there's some figures there, some calculated fields, projects, just two projects, and staff, just two staff. So the query that I want to do is I want to know, for example, which projects are Saxton and Jones doing individually. And I also want to look at the projects so I can look at it the other way around. So you can see Jones is on HMRC and Saxton is on HMRC. So I'm going to do a query to do both of those. Close that down. So to create a query, normally you would just create query design. You would add the two tables that you need. So I've done a relationship for these tables, so I do need them both, and you can see it's picking up the relationship there. And if I go to database tools, you can see that I've done the relationship, just to recap, in there. So now what I want is, I don't want all the fields from all the tables, but let's have a look what I do want. I don't need any of these ID fields, so let's go for all of these. So I'll highlight those and drop them in. I've left them there because I want these two, and I'm going to drop them in there like so. Get rid of them two blank ones. Right, so let's have a look at this then. So if I put Saxton in the criteria line and then query design, run that query, I get Saxton, and you see all the things that's there. I can't see the projects though, so I need to add that field. So project ID, I just drop that in there, run it again. Now I can see the projects. So there's three projects. Now the problem with that is that I could save that query, but that was just for Saxton. If I then want to see Jones, I would have to come in here and edit that and run it again for Jones. It works, that's what I want to see. However, I don't want to keep doing that, and if I had 20 staff I'd have to have 20 queries to look at individuals. This is where the parameter query comes in. So if I get rid of Jones, like so, and do the parameter query, which you have to put it inside square brackets like that, and then I'm just going to put enter name, close square brackets. So now when I run this, I get this box coming up where I can put Saxton or Jones, press enter, and it gives me that. If I go back into design and run it again, I don't have to change the criteria, just type the criteria in this box, Saxton Jones. So I will save this query. Go back into design. I'll save this query as QRY para name. So okay, so parameter query is for name. Then what you do, if I close that one down for a minute, if I base a report on that, create report, I'll do just the report straight off. It comes, because it's a parameter query and it's looking at a parameter query, because I had that highlighted, it's just going to ask me straight away, and I'll type in the name again, and then it generates a report, which you will have to edit because obviously that doesn't look great, but it shows you the same information in report format. And if I close this report, I will save it, put RPT in front of that, and then OK. When I run that report now, so I don't need to run the query because this is looking at it, run the report, type Jones, then I get Jones. Close, run the report, type Saxton, press enter, get Saxton. That's how it works. Now if I want a report for the projects, when I create the query, so this query, if I go back into design on this query, is just looking at the staff. I could bring projects in there and it would bring in the projects, but I want to do a separate query just to go through it all again and do it for the projects. So if I click on create, query in design, so now bringing in projects and hours worked. So I want the project name, and I want, do I want staff? Yeah, let's see what staff ID brings me first. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's okay. Staff ID, and then planned hours, actual hours, discrepancy, rate, all the other stuff I can bring in. Double clicking on them on, like so. Run. So now I want the parameter query to be sitting on the project name. So in there, square bracket, enter project, close square bracket, run. So Bank of England, 2 people on that. Go back into design, run. HMRC, enter, 3 people on that. Save it. QRY para project. You don't have to name it like that, it's up to you how you name it. So now if I close that, QRY para project, create a report on that one. Same thing. So I'll do Bank of England. There's the Bank of England. Close that one down. Yes. RPT in front of it. Just do it in lowercase for that. Here we go. And run it. HMRC. Voila. Which means there you are in French. It's the only French I know. So that is how you do a parameter query. And you can obviously do a parameter on many projects, and the next session I'm going to show you how to do a parameter form. So you're using the form as a parameter, but same process, and you base a report on the query that is looking at the form. So hopefully that was of use to you. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you on the next one.